Gonna need a lot more block and concrete.
We're about to show up with 16 pallets of cinder blocks and 6 pallets of concrete. He said he has no idea that we're coming. We're gonna show up and surprise him with all these materials.
Hey, holy moly. It's a real godsend to have this stuff here.
All right guys, welcome back to the channel. As you know, our last video was a little bittersweet, mostly bitter, because we showed you that Alan's compound caught on fire and he lost a lot of stuff, tools, equipment, personal stuff, and it's really got him down. I mean, he's keeping pretty good spirits, but I can tell he's just looking at years and years and years worth of work just gone up in flames in one day. So I told you guys that we weren't gonna let this get him down. We weren't gonna let this set him back. In fact, we're gonna use this as an opportunity to get progress moving faster than it ever has out at the Mountain Fortress Lab, which is why we are at Home Depot loading up on cinder blocks and cement. That's basically the what's the word I'm looking for? That's the
Libro de Mormon.
Libro de Mormon. That's like the nuts and bolts of the compound out there.
Gonna need a lot more block and concrete.
We're gonna help him rebuild the garage, but more importantly, we're gonna bring him all the materials that he needs that he hasn't been able to afford. Because see, the way it works is Alan works and then he buys materials as he goes, and he makes a little bit of money and he buys materials, and he kind of has been doing that for the last 15, 20 years. Well, we don't want it to be like that anymore. We want to accelerate the process. So he doesn't know this yet. He's out there cleaning up today, kind of going through the rest of the rubble, and we're about to show up with 16 pallets of cinder blocks and 6 pallets of concrete.
Which is probably about 16 years worth of work for Alan.
It is, it's a lot. But we are also gonna take the telehandler out there. One of the biggest problems that Alan has is getting materials up the hill and then positioning them up on the building. And as the building gets taller, he has to hike those cinder blocks further and further. So with the telehandler out there and our other equipment, we're gonna be able to position these pallets right where he needs them so that he can continue laying down, you know, the walls and the foundation for the big building that he's been building out there. And probably won't happen today, but we're probably gonna lend a hand in helping him set these blocks and get this thing up and get the main building structurally done as soon as possible. And then we're gonna go over and rebuild him a new shop. And it's not gonna be a metal building, it's gonna be a block building, because wind out there, I'm telling you, I don't know why or how, but it's 100-mile-an-hour wind when it's only 40 miles an hour down here in the valley. So it's just kind of pointless to have a metal building out there, where a block building like this is so much more structural. It's gonna block the wind better, and it matches the house building out there much better as well.
Why doesn't Alan paraglide to work?
Because he would take off that mountain and he would just launch straight to heaven. The wind updrafts off that mountain would literally just take Alan straight to the planet where he came from. Just take him home.
That's how he landed there in the first place.
Be like Elliot and on the bike with E.T.
Yeah.
It's Alan.
I'm so impressed that you remember the kid's name's Elliot.
Elliot, yeah. The fire was 4 days ago on Sunday night. So we're gonna, like I said, flip the whole script here and make this a positive thing for Alan. Like I said, he has no idea that we're coming. We're gonna show up and surprise him with all these materials. I don't know what a wizard looks like surprised. I don't think he's gonna show us much, because Alan doesn't show much emotion other than,
Fireworks go off.
Oh, that's so
Which it sparks out of his wizard
oh, it's
sleeves.
totally wizard. So I don't know, maybe that'd be awesome if he did that. Did you say shooting sparks out his wizard sleeve?
Yeah, I did.
So we gotta load up these blocks, and then
Thanks for not running with that one.
we gotta get out to the compound, because it's already 11 and we got a long day of moving stuff up and down that hill, because we're only gonna be able to move probably 4 to 6 pallets at a time. So I'm just excited to see Alan. He's gonna be pumped.
I believe is what the bed can hold. Each one of these weighs about 3,500, 3,600 pounds, depending on if they weigh 39 or 40 pounds of brick. So if you think about it, 35 is easier to do. So every 2 pallets is 7,000 pounds, 7, 14. Then we'll have 21 with the next 2. And the last one we'll keep it at like 24. That way we don't break the bed. So we gotta come back for a second load anyway. So it'll be a few hundred, maybe 1 ton under our capacity. Then we'll go back for round 2.
plan as of right now is take pallets off here, puts them in the back of the 10x10, 10x10, takes them to the top, where then the Sani telehandler unloads them, and then sets them. That's the plan.
Surprise the wizard. Again, I don't know what a surprised wizard looks like. Is it like, whoo, or is it like, whoo, or is it like, I don't know.
Hey. Wow. What's up?
Hello, Mr. Wizard.
Hey. What you got? Bring gifts.
Bring gifts. Tidings.
That looks like a giant roll-off dumpster.
It is. It's not full of burnt materials.
Wow. Well, holy moly.
We got
Wow.
you 16 pallets
Holy.
of blocks, 6 pallets of cement, and a telehandler to put them where we need them.
Oh, thanks. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, man, we're gonna keep this thing moving. And we're gonna build the next shop out of block.
Yeah?
Sir.
I'm gonna give you a hug,
Alright,
dude.
Wizard hugs!
Yeah. Thanks, Dave.
You got it, man.
I was cleaning up some stuff and moving stuff out of the way because it was just a little bit like too crammed up here.
It was a little tight.
You know, we may need to take one of these and modify it into a flatbed with sides.
It's on my mind. Trust me, this is working so well that
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect move for it.
Yeah.
So we got the telehandler, which didn't want to make it up the hill. This thing just pulled 50,000 pounds up that hill. That's about 18,000 pounds of brick, plus the container, which is easily 5 or 6.
Bricks are cool, but like,
That's really cool.
no, it's Pepsi or cherry
You have
Coke.
just regular
not cherry
Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Oh my God, guys. Last time you said cherry Pepsi.
No, I said cherry Coke.
Okay, somebody said, oh, he only likes cherry Pepsi.
Well, I'll try it.
Yeah, you have a hug for hands too?
No.
Come on. We've got to be this way. Okay, wait, right there. That's good. Woo-wee. Down a little bit, go down a little. Okay, keep going. Keep going, down a little. Go. Keep going. Yeah. Up and down. It was pretty interesting, considering the whole roof held out on it. Didn't crack or anything. Didn't crack or anything.
The brick and the telehandler are all just rested right on your building.
This process is definitely a little tricky because I'm dealing with a close to 4,000 pound pallet that's stretched out about 40 to 50 feet, and I can't see where I'm setting it, so I'm just following Alan's hand signals, up, down, left, right, side to side. And once you get that much weight that far out on a boom of a telehandler, it gets a little squirrely. This is a big machine and it's rated for 12,000 pounds, but not that far out. It's only rated for, I don't know what the chart says, but probably a few thousand pounds. We're probably about at the max capacity as far as being fully extended with that much weight. And it's nice though. It's very, very comfortable. It's got plenty of power. The four-wheel steering is nice. I'm very happy with all the Sandy equipment. It's been, and I'm not just saying that because I work with them. Like, I genuinely like the machines. I can't fake it. And if I didn't like it, you would know.
But it's a surprise. It's a big surprise. It's amazing. What he's bringing up here looks like it's going to pretty much take care of the main structure as far as the block and the concrete. So I've gotten a lot more subscribers to my Mountain Fortress Labs channel, and there's been a lot of amazing new Patreon supporters. And I now, talking with Dave, he said I needed to get a post office box so people could mail. This area here, it has to be all, there's still some, I'm gonna just sort through, there's a tremendous amount of copper that was left. And so some of the copper and stuff is gonna be separated out, cleaned out, and then anything that looks like not good, it's gotta be all taken out of the soil. And then if there's a bunch of soil that's contaminated, I'll have to like load it up and take it out to the landfill. So there's still a lot of work cleaning that up. And then once that's done, it'll be replaced by another building, and the building will be made out of block this time. If I get the time, I mean, if I'm working up here like at 8 hours a day, I could probably get everything done probably in half a month with all the block that he's got me. Believe me, it's a real godsend to have this stuff here. I just wish we were doing this without having to deal with a disaster. But I'm very thankful for everyone who has commented and supported me on this. It's just been amazing, and God bless all of you. Whoopsie! It fell over!
Free!
Save you a little bit of time putting them up here though, huh?
No. Believe me, the logistics was like probably 2/3 of the effort. Yeah. Almost 3/4 of the, actually no, 3/4. And have everything coming up in that old pickup truck, you know, right when you make that curve right there, that old one, that will handle basically 30 bags of the 80-pound concrete, 8 bags in the passenger seat, and then 22 in the back bed with some pallets in the back so the concrete can't slide back, and you just drive up with it. So basically, whenever I'd come up here to work, I'd always like load it up with something like that.
So hauling 5 pallets at a time is a little more convenient.
Yeah, let's see. How many, okay, so if I'm only bringing up 30 at a time.
You're bringing up 30 at a time. We're bringing up 5 pallets at a time, which is 90 blocks.
9 years.
5 times, that's 450 blocks per trip.
Right. And then if you do the concrete bags, that's 42 on a pallet. And you can bring 5 or 6 on it. Yep. But I'm like amazed on how well that roll-off system works. So we need to make something for that.
I want one that's kind of like multi-purpose like that.
So what makes it all worth it, Alan? What keeps you going to get to where you are now?
It's your home.
You think you'll actually live out here?
Yeah.
That's the plan?
And build stuff, and you know, plans change a little bit since I met you. You bring a little more excitement into the whole fray. So
should have answered my first phone call.
And when I can get things, you know, all set up and everything operating, then hopefully I can then even put forward what everybody's done to help me and help other people too. I mean, heck, I help other people when I'm with you. Yeah, that's the thing. So
is this enough block to finish this building?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's plenty. Yeah.
There's 1,500 blocks, or 15, I think more. There's 16 pallets, 90 per pallet.
Getting the last pallet on here. Jeremy is the master on the forklift. He's been making my load look nice and pretty. Oh, I know you guys like my feet, so here's a status update on trying to keep cool, you know? There you go. Oh, strapped down. Let's get back on the road now. Oh, time to get the boots. Flip-flops ain't cutting it. Too dusty.
All the new stuff that we just got in one load. That's 2 pallets of cinder blocks, that's 6 pallets of concrete, and 2 pallets of mortar. If Heavy D wants to do it, he will do it.
At this moment, he knew. He fucked up.
Oh, killing it. Killing it.
That was a heavy. Well, you see, rather than making 2 trips at the end of the day, we decided to just make 1. And that meant that we had to double stack concrete bags on top of each other's pallets. And honestly, the way they wrap these things is kind of garbage anyways. Any small little wiggle or bump and they kind of all go screaming out. So right now we're picking up all the loose bags before we open the rear gate, because if we open the rear gate right now, then we would just drop like a whole pallet of concrete, which would then break all the bags, which would be a waste.
Is he doing an album cover too?
Yeah, he is.
Is he doing baby metal?
Pretty good thumbnail.
I think this is just Alan.
Hey. Ew, that was a bad choice. Why did we do that?
That was a horrible idea.
And it's his ass.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, our friend Alan went from having a really bad week to having a little bit better week. You now have 1,500 blocks. You've got 300 or 400 bags of cement. You got another couple hundred bags of mortar. You got enough building materials to keep you busy. And from what I understand, you'll be able to finish this building?
Pretty much, as far as all the main structure. Then after that, when all that's done, then it's just windows and doors.
You guys hear that? Alan now has enough materials on site here ready to build with. See, you may not have picked up on this yet, but Al's been telling us that the biggest struggle in building this place is not the work and actually putting the blocks together. That's like 25% of the time. The other 75% of the time is getting stuff up and down the hill, and once it's up the hill in the truck or the four-wheeler, then you still have to hike it up to the actual building. Well, that's what the Sandy telehandler made quick work of today. So we have a lot of materials up here in a very short amount of time, and now you, my friend, have the ability to keep on going gangbusters, figure out what you're gonna do here, and then next stop, we'll figure out what supplies we need to bring up for the new shop. Right. Mm-hmm. Guys, Alan does have a P.O. box that he set up. I know it's been overwhelming. Thousands and thousands of you reached out wanting to help, send him something, do whatever. So I'm gonna put a P.O. box down in the description of the video below. Also a link to Alan's channel. We're not gonna set up a fundraiser or anything yet. We're gonna set up the P.O. box so you can do whatever you want to be able to help him if you feel so inclined. And then for now, we're just gonna handle some of the building supplies for him and make sure that our friend can stay on track and not lose sight of the dream here.
Yeah, really, I appreciate it, Dave, and thanks so much.
Pleasure, buddy.
You and the rest of the crew have been just amazing.
Yeah, it's a good
Everybody
group of
gets
guys.
down there, we put a line together, got all the mortar safely inside so we don't have any issues with moisture, and yeah, we cruise pretty good.
That's what family's for, buddy. All right, well, we got a long trip back because we still got to go load up equipment, get stuff off the mountain, get this man
You need to go
some
look at my
water
stack
before he
job.
turns into
Oh.
a statue.
You put water in me, I'll turn into a statue.
This guy is like beefy, man. He was doing all the stacking of all those bags.
I'm proud of my stack job. You want to try and get that?